starting things off, and this is very hard to believe, but Ohio State's first ever first-team All-American at wide receiver, Cris Carter, addressed the team at the pregame skull session where he famously said, "Buckeye born and bred, kicking Michigan's ass till we dead." But fans might not know this, but Urban actually coached Cris Carter at Ohio State, and they're close friends. It's reported even that Cris Carter helped Braxton Miller in his transition over to wide receiver. Evan, Cris came to Ohio State a little bit after your dad graduated, but again, the first ever first-team All-American at Ohio State.
Yeah.
You ever have any interactions with Cris Carter? You know, did he ever come by the facility, talk to you guys? And I want to ask Joshua the same because he's in the media world.
He did come by, and he came by a ton. And, you know, the interactions that I had with him were definitely more group oriented, team oriented, where he was actually, you know, coming in and getting us ready, right? Like to go play against Michigan, you know, in off season, if the offense was getting together to speak to him, it was just some helpful insights, right? I'm not here to coach or be that guy. I just want to say that I support you guys and, you know, love what you're doing type of deal. Not too many personal stories from, you know, me to him as it relates to while we were playing. But again, with the history that I had with the program and my family, like I understood the gravitas of him being able to be acknowledged right before the game, right? And again, speaking to the emotional roller coaster, right? To take me personally through time of being born with my Ohio State dummy punching on a Michigan dummy, all the way to, you know, watching Cris play through highlights and et cetera, and then watching him get, you know, his accolades on the field that day. It was really cool.
And he talks with a lot of emotion about it. He actually apologized a couple years to Ohio State fans because, for people that don't remember, he didn't get the chance to play his senior year because he had an inappropriate relationship with an agent. So, but Joshua, I didn't talk about this before, so this may be a curveball. We can include it or not, but you know, Cris is in the media. You work for Big Ten Network, or you're an analyst on Big Ten Network. It seems there's a lot of former Ohio State players that are analysts and in the media. Do you guys all have like you guys all talk? You get any words of wisdom from, you know, Cris Carter, Joey Galloway, Robert Smith, Kirk Herbstreit? The list is very long.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing is, like, I know I've met those guys at least to a certain point in social situations, like outside of, you know, the media world. And so, like, we have a personal rapport, which is really cool. But, like, you know, I saw Herbstreit this last offseason in like February, and he's like, yeah, you know, I've watched some of your stuff. You're doing a great job. Like, think about doing this, think about doing that. He's like, you know, if you ever need any help, just give me a call. Like, that type of situation. Robert Smith was the same way. You know, like, these guys are all cool as heck. And now Cris Carter, I haven't crossed over with in the media world, but the one thing I will say, just from seeing him around the facility as much as we did, is that guy is brutally honest, and it comes from a place of wanting to be helpful. And I appreciate people like that, because I think a lot of times folks want to sugarcoat things because they want to help.
Right.
Where I'm a person where just give it to me straight up. And so, like, that's the other thing too about, you know, like knowing a Joey Galloway, for example, is like, because we know each other on a little bit more of a personal level, like, he can tell me honestly what he's seeing and what he thinks. And I don't get offended by that, because I know it's not him being an asshole. Like, that's him genuinely trying to care.
Yeah.